Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at your bank account and thought, where did all my money go? Well, you're not alone. Every day, people are making simple but deadly financial mistakes that are slowly draining their wallets, and most of them don't even realize it. In today's video, I'm going to expose the 9 biggest money traps that are keeping you broke, and more importantly, how to stop falling for them. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Whether you're trying to save, invest, or just make smarter decisions with your money, the first step is understanding these hidden financial killers. So if you're tired of wasting your hard-earned cash, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to cut out and what to keep in your wallet to finally start building the wealth you deserve. Number 1. Overpriced tech gadgets and tech upgrades. All right, let's talk about tech upgrades. It's easy to get caught up in the cycle of always needing the latest gadget. You know, the new phone, tablet, or laptop that comes out every year. But here's the thing. Unless you're a tech enthusiast or need that top-of-the-line device for work, upgrading every time a new version drops is probably not the best move. Think about it. You've got that phone from 2 years ago, the 2.0 version, and it works just fine. You can make calls, send texts, scroll through social media, watch videos, everything you need it to do. But then they release the 4.0 version, and suddenly you're thinking, I need that new phone to stay current. But why? If your old one is still doing the job, there's really no reason to spend money on the latest model unless it offers something genuinely useful that you can't get with your current device. This applies to anything tech-related: cell phones, tablets, laptops, you name it. The tech world loves to push out new models with tiny upgrades and flashy features, making it seem like you need to upgrade, even though your current device is still working great. Sure, sometimes a new release will come with a big jump in performance, but most of the time, it's just a way to get you to spend more for something you don't actually need. So the next time you're tempted to drop a couple of $1,000 on the newest gadget, ask yourself, do I really need this? Or am I just buying it because it's the latest thing? If your current tech is doing the job, stick with it. Your wallet will thank you. Number 2, credit card interest charges. Let's talk about credit card interest for a second. If you're carrying a balance on your credit card and only making the minimum payments, it's costing you a lot more than you probably realize. The thing with credit cards is that the interest you pay doesn't just stay the same, it builds up over time. So when you leave a balance on your card, you're basically paying interest on top of interest. This can really add up quickly, turning what you owe into a much bigger number than it started as. Now that money you're putting toward interest, it could be going toward paying off your debt faster, saving for something big, or even investing to make your money work for you. Instead of letting interest eat away at your finances, you could use that same cash to move closer to your financial goals. Here's a simple way to avoid that. Pay off your balance before the due date each month. If you can, try not to carry a balance at all. If you're thinking, but what about those sweet credit card rewards? I get it. You want those points. But here's the catch. If you're paying a ton of interest to get those rewards, you're pretty much canceling out any benefit you get from them. So in the end, that credit card interest, total waste of money. Number 3, designer clothes. All right, let's talk about something that's on a lot of people's minds. Designer clothes and expensive brands. I get it. Everyone wants to look good. That's totally normal. We all want to feel fresh and stylish. But here's the thing. Just because something looks good now doesn't mean it's worth putting your future at risk. Think about it. Yeah, you might look sharp in that brand new designer jacket, but can you afford next month's rent? Or that grocery bill you'll need to cover? It's cool to treat yourself once in a while, but if you're spending all your cash on fancy brands and neglecting your long-term goals, that's a problem. Instead of blowing your paycheck on clothes, that money could be better spent on building your future, whether that's saving for retirement, investing in something that'll grow your wealth, or just staying financially independent. Now, I'm not talking to the people who already have millions in the bank and can pretty much buy whatever they want. If you're at that point, this might not be for you. I'm talking to the folks who are still working to build their financial foundation. If you've got a few pairs of Nikes or an occasional designer piece, no problem. But if you're out there buying only red-bottom shoes or dropping crazy amounts on Gucci and Prada just to show off, it's time to reconsider where that money's going. And if you know someone who's all about those high-end brands but can barely make ends meet, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. No need to name names, just drop a quick thought. Number 4, unused subscriptions. Let's talk about subscriptions, specifically the ones you're not even using anymore. Whether it's a streaming service, a gym membership, or anything else, these subscriptions can quietly eat away at your money without you even noticing. You signed up for them at some point, but now they're just sitting there, charging you every month for stuff you hardly use. So here's the deal. Take a minute to check what you're actually subscribed to. If you're not using something regularly, say a streaming service or a gym membership, why are you still paying for it? Even if it's just a few bucks a month, that money adds up. For example, if you're paying $3.99 for a service you rarely use, or $14.99 for something you've forgotten about, it's probably time to cancel. A lot of people forget they're even subscribed to stuff like this. You sign up for a free trial, then forget about it, and before you know it, there's $9.99 being taken from your account every month. It's been happening for years and you didn't even realize it. If you take the time to clean this up, it can actually save you a good amount of cash. Some people save up to $70 a month just by canceling old subscriptions. That's $840 a year, or $8,400 over 10 years. Sure, it's not life-changing money, but it's money you didn't even know you were throwing away. The point is, we can't control everything in our lives, but we can control where our money goes. Subscriptions are one of those things that are totally within our control. So take a few minutes to clean up what you're paying for and keep that money in your pocket. Number 5, trendy health and fitness equipment. You know that feeling when you get excited about a new piece of exercise equipment, like a fancy yoga mat, an elliptical, or one of those punch bags on the wall? Honestly, I'm not even sure what they're called. The problem is, a lot of people end up buying this stuff, using it a few times, and then letting it sit there collecting dust. It's like buying a new gadget and then never taking it out of the box. Now I get it. Those fancy gadgets might sound awesome at first. They look cool, and they're marketed to make you think they'll help you get in shape. But here's the thing. They're only helpful if you actually use them. And let's be real. After the initial excitement wears off, how often are you really going to use that $2,000 elliptical you bought on a whim? Here's the thing though. You don't need any of that fancy equipment to get fit or stay healthy. Want to get in great shape? Walk 5 miles a day, do 200 to 300 squats, 500 crunches, and at least 100 push-ups. Eat better, move more, and drink plenty of water. That's it. You don't need to spend a dime to do any of those things, and they'll put you in great shape. The bottom line is this. Fitness equipment is great if you're actually using it, but most of the time, it just becomes a very expensive dust collector. So, save your money and get moving without all the extra gear. Number 6, buying expensive online courses. All right, let's talk about those super expensive online courses, weekend workshops, and one-on-one coaching sessions that cost thousands of dollars. I know the idea of getting ahead, learning something new, or growing your business sounds tempting. But here's the truth. You don't always need to drop a ton of cash to get the knowledge you're after. Sure, it's easy to get caught up in the hype, those fancy ads and slick pitches that promise you'll be the next big thing if you just pay for their exclusive content or coaching. But most of the time, you can find the exact same information, often for free or at a fraction of the cost. A lot of people spend thousands of dollars on these courses or boot camps, only to realize they didn't need to spend anywhere near that much. Take it from someone who's seen it all. People paying big money to attend weekend seminars or working with a coach for $50,000. Yes, really, on a yacht. I've even seen folks swipe their credit cards, going into debt just to attend. Honestly, that's not the way to grow. Don't get pulled into the emotional marketing, and definitely don't buy into the idea that you have to spend big to succeed. The truth is, there are tons of free or affordable resources out there. Books, podcasts, YouTube videos, online communities that can teach you everything you need to know. And once you get the info, the key is applying it. That's where the real growth happens. Number 7, impulsive online shopping. Let's talk about the thrill of online shopping. With a few clicks, you can have anything delivered to your door, right? It's so convenient that it's easy to get sucked in. But here's the problem. This kind of impulsive buying can add up quickly. You might find yourself buying things you don't need or won't even use, just because it's a good deal or because it's so easy to add to your cart. Now, I'm not saying all online shopping is bad. Of course, we all need stuff from time to time. But if you're constantly buying things just because they're on sale or because you're scrolling through your favorite website, that's a habit that could be draining your bank account. One way to tackle this is to implement a cooling off period before making any purchase. If you see something you want, wait 24 hours before buying it. By then, you'll have time to think about whether you really need it or if you're just caught up in the moment. This simple trick can save you a lot of impulse purchases that aren't adding value to your life. Number 8, lottery tickets. Let's talk about lottery tickets. I know it's fun to daydream about what we'd do if we won big, whether it's $1 million or even more. We all imagine how our lives would change with that kind of money, right? It's easy to get caught up in the fantasy. But here's the thing. Buying lottery tickets is, in my opinion, a total waste of money. Even if you're only spending $5 or $10 a week, or even a month, it adds up. And for some people, it's a lot more than that. What makes this tricky is that the lottery tends to be most popular with people who aren't in the best financial situations. They're the ones hoping for that huge life-changing win. But the odds are so slim that it's basically like throwing money away. Think of it like this. If you're regularly buying tickets, it's like tossing cash out the window. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but if you're spending money on lottery tickets, I just want to point out that there are better ways to use that cash, ways that actually build your future. At the end of the day, if you're playing the lottery and dreaming big, more power to you. I'm not judging, but in my view, it's not the best way to spend your money. Number 9, ordering food too frequently. Let's talk about food delivery for a minute. Look, if you're someone who can't get out because of an injury, health issue, or any other reason, I totally get it. Having food delivered can make life a lot easier in that case. But if you're perfectly capable of going out to get food, spending money on delivery seems a little unnecessary. Here's the thing. Most of us don't grow our own food, and many of us don't even cook it ourselves. But you don't have to be a chef to make better choices. If you're able to walk to the kitchen or drive to the store, why not just go get your food instead of paying extra for someone to bring it to you? Some people will pay $30 for a sandwich delivered to their door when they could easily hop in the car, drive a few miles, and grab it for $12. All that extra cost is just for the convenience of not leaving the house. But when you really think about it, how much is that convenience worth? Is it worth paying 2 or 3 times more just for someone to bring you something you could have picked up yourself? Services like DoorDash or Uber Eats might seem like a quick fix, but they can drain your wallet over time. That extra money could be spent on something more meaningful, like saving, investing, or even just eating out without the delivery charge. So next time you're thinking about hitting that Order Now button, ask yourself, is the convenience really worth the extra cash? Number 10, brand new car. Let's talk about something that's probably one of the biggest money wasters for most people. Buying a brand new car. Now I get it. It's exciting to drive off in a shiny new ride. But hear me out. A brand new car loses 20 to 30% of its value in the first year alone. And by the time it's 4 or 5 years old, it could be worth half of what you paid for it. So essentially, you're paying a lot more for something that's just going to drop in value really quickly. Instead of splurging on a new car, why not look for a slightly used one? Something that's only a few years old but still in great shape. You get all the benefits of a reliable car without taking that big hit on depreciation. The person who bought it brand new already took that financial hit for you, so you're getting a much better deal. And honestly, a car that's just 2 or 3 years old can still give you plenty of mileage and years of service. Now let's get into some practical tips for managing your money better. First, track your spending. It sounds basic, but keeping an eye on where your money goes each month can make a huge difference. You'd be surprised how much you can save just by being aware of your expenses. Also, try the 30-day rule. If you're thinking about buying something that's not a necessity, wait 30 days. If you still want it after that time, go ahead and get it. But more often than not, you'll realize it wasn't something you really needed. Also, check out all those subscriptions you've got, streaming services, gym memberships, whatever it is. If you're not using them, cancel them. It's easy to forget about these small charges, but they add up. Finally, live below your means. Be intentional with your spending. Every time you buy something, especially if it's not essential, ask yourself, is this a good use of my money? That's it for today. Share this video with your friends who could use this advice, smash that like button, and don't forget to check out my next video where I talk about 20 assets that are making people rich. Catch you in the next one.